we'll probably just go chronological with this movie and talk a little bit about lots of stuff in it. I figure that's the best way to do it. Some people, when they go into this thing, they don't know what it is. But most people know it's just zombies on a train. That's the hook. And
Yes.
so the first thing you get is just like a little bit of nice sprinkling of a world building, and there's leaks are a commonality, at least to some degree, in this area, and it frustrates the locals. And they're like, "No worries, sure, it's fine."
By the way,
And
just for
then,
clarity, we are not talking about we're not talking about like the vegetable. We're talking about like spills and seepage. There might be a few people who are
there might have
very,
been a few
very
people. Yeah.
confused. Yeah, it's like, oh, leaks. I mean, they're fine, I guess. I don't know why they'd really annoy that much of the populace if they were just out and about. So,
I imagine that could annoy people if you just had leaks all over the place.
Yeah.
well, that's different. If you had leaks all over the place, sure. But if
Like
we're
if
just
you
talking
walked around
about,
and you just kept tripping over on leaks. Fucking
yeah, that
leaks.
would that if we had them to that degree, sure. But that's just kind of anything. Point. If you're just walking around tripping on them, that's anything. Cats, um,
There are loads of cats around.
uh, benches, bottles,
Lots of benches and bottles too.
bricks. Yeah, but not
And
like to where
bricks.
you're tripping over them.
True. So that's the thing, and our apparent just POV character for this scene very sillily isn't paying full attention to the road and hits something. Your average encounter, on your average day, you accidentally hit something while you're driving, an animal, and so it's like all bloodied and dead, and so that's nice and normal, but the thing is, it don't stay dead. Or well, it doesn't stay not moving, let's put
On
it
the
that way.
ground. Yeah.
Yeah, which gives you the full on, like, I wonder if this scene is something that was ended up putting in, they put it in later, or it was always here, because if the movie had started without this, it's very normal, right? Guy at work, he's got some things wrong, goes to see his family, bit of a awkward relationship with the different, and it's only like people look awkwardly at the like a crowd at the train station, and then someone falls over, someone's you know what I mean, like that slower build up. But this scene is basically like it only takes what, like 2 minutes to reassure the audience like something fucking crazy is going on here, and then they're like, all right, now to introduce the character.
There's been a few movies that have sort of done that. Like, no, like, movies just sort of avoid, like, coming in with the news headlines and shit like that, like, right away, and, like, zombies all over the place, unless it's a movie set, like, long after the zombie like, fucking thing first happened. But, like, Shaun of the Dead, I know that sounds weird, right? But Shaun of the Dead actually did it very well, because they did, like, some subtle fucking things.
Yeah.
Like, they were sitting, like, having a conversation, and there was a shit ton of ambulances and police cars going by in the background. It was never focused on, but it was happening in the background, and it was like you were focused on the conversation, but there was that little hint that something funny is going on. I like that. Like, it was sort of, and they did the same in Train to Busan, where they did like lots of little subtle hints. Although I suppose that a fucking zombie deer getting up after like that was a little bit direct, but I mean, when it gets to the part where like the dad and the daughter, they sort of do like the same like little subtle hints.
Yeah, and there's still going to be viewers who are like, wait, what's the deal with the deer exactly? Like, because I think you can infer pretty quickly that's like, oh shit, zombie virus. But I mean, there's going to be some people who are just like, oh god, what's going on? His pupils are all white. It's like, that's spooky. But enough of a bit of an actiony hook so that when you get the next 10 minutes or so of just character, you'll be like, when are we going to go back to that deer? What's going on there? Is that the virus? Like, oh yeah, just keep your audience in a bit of suspense there. But yeah, Shaun of the Dead is one of the fucking best approaches. They got loads of things going on in the background while you're just learning all about Shaun.
Yeah,
I fucking love that movie, by the way. It's top notch. Top fucking
Yep.
notch. So yeah, that's your little hook, and you're just like, and then we get introduced to our main dude. And that's the thing, there's a whole set of cast names in this, and this is going to be the same thing with fucking Squid Game, if we get to talking about that, where I'm just going to be calling them by more so their position in the story rather than their actual names, because I'm really shit with pronouncing them and I can't quite remember them. So you got like...
We remember the characters very well, though.
That's I suppose an irony, right? It's just like I know exactly who this guy is. I don't really know his name because I often mishear it or I can't pronounce it properly, or I'm just like it's sometimes it'll be 3 words in a row. It's just unfamiliar territory, but he is main guy to me, or protagonist. That is the easy way.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's doing some work. He I forget specifically. Is his job like he manages accounts?
He's a fund manager.
He's
a fund
I'd say,
manager.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so he's scrolling on his little computer. He's looking stressed out, and we're getting lots of information about how local wildlife is getting fucking destroyed, likely because of pollution. And he says sell all related funds. And his person's like, whoa, that's a crazy thing to do. And then I think before, like we can even understand fully what's happening here, it's just this is more so information that's going to be relevant probably later when we find out exactly what the origin of this thing is.
Yeah.
We immediately get into what do kids like these days? It's just like the movie being like, yeah,
We
so
like Fortnite. We like Fortnite.
That's the funny thing about that is that it's perfectly fine for a parent to ask that whether or not they're you know, super invested in their kids and stuff. But it's just a hint along with much more overt information. The scene later that he and his daughter don't have the greatest relationship. He really loves her, but he spends so much time working that it's very clear he doesn't fucking know much of anything about her. Or at least about her interests anyway. And he's like immediately arguing with his wife, or ex-wife, I guess, at this point. About like, oh my god, the daughter wants to see her, and she's gonna go on the train on her own if you don't take her. It's just like, Jesus Christ, she's like fucking 5. I don't know if she can do that. But even the daughter's like convinced if she can get on the train, the mum can get her on the other side, which I'm assuming she would be stopped, right? 'Cause she's so young. She would have to be with somebody.
You'd be surprised.
Maybe I would be.
I think what was it? I think there's like certain rules. I know in Britain, like I think it's children as young as 8 can fly on their own.
Damn.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. Is it like, but with the knowledge that they meet someone?
Yeah.
Is it with the knowledge that they meet someone at the beginning and end of the flight, or?
I don't know. I think it's something like that. I don't know. I don't exactly send many young children flying to random places. You know, I'm not Epstein. Right, but like I know that children can just get on trains. Like I've seen them. I've seen like young kids who are about like 5 or 6, like just getting on trains and shit like that to go like to and from school. Like that I have seen. Like I consider that to be extremely irresponsible parenting. But you know, I've seen it happen.
Well, yeah. She's almost to that point. So the dad is like, "All right, fuck, I'll take you, Jesus." After giving her a Wii in presumably 2016, it's like, oh my god, dude, that's fucked up. You gotta get the Proto Switch that he would have access to because he's so rich.
Exactly.
But yeah, the problem, funnily enough, because I think I mentioned this to you guys when I was watching it, I thought that the sort of angle here was going to be that he bought her a Wii when the Wii U was the cool thing to have right now. But it's just that he bought her something that someone else has already bought her, so it's just awkward.
No, he already bought her.
He bought it.
Wait, he bought her?
Yeah, he bought it.
Bought her the same present twice. That's how little he gave a shit.
Oh damn! I thought the idea was that she'd been given that as a gift from like the mum or something, and he just hadn't looked into it. But yeah, okay, if he bought her the same thing twice.
No, she looks at him and says something like Children's Day last year.
Yeah,
basically, yeah, saying like you bought me this on Children's Day last year.
Yeah, so that's the thing. He's clearly not remembering details like that because he's 100% in his work, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, this is what I like. It's just storytelling wise. It's like, wait, I came here for the zombies, didn't I? It's like, yeah. Wait.
Yeah, they get you set up a bit with characters. They give you that little deer hook at the beginning, like, oh, spookiness is gonna happen. Just you wait, or we're gonna cash this check eventually. And then, sure enough, once the tisms start going down, and we've already got people we care about.
And yeah, it just becomes really clear that she's continuously disappointed in him as not only like in his relationship with her, but as we start to discover her view of him and how he relates to other people. And even his mum, like, what's cool as well is that we see him putting his clothes away, and it's just the classic sort of everything is perfectly set for every day, just all the outfits and stuff. And his mum is like, daughter's like, you need to fix the shit with your wife, you need to fix the shit with your daughter, and you didn't even go to the recital, and he's just frustrated because you know that he's working his ass off, sort of thing.
Yeah.
And it's got to be one of the most stressful jobs ever, but it doesn't matter because it's like your family life's falling apart. And get a particularly, like, I thought it was quite moving, and I was only like almost 10 minutes into the film where he's just watching the recital recording, and
Yeah.
the daughter is doing a song, and she slowly stops singing and just stares at the camera. And it's just like, ah.
Yeah.
It's really just a lot of this is, it's like carried by the acting, but it's not really like complex stuff. It's just done well. It's acted well. They spend the time to make the stuff stick. They don't try to blow past it. They set it up for later.
Yeah, with that knowledge, you're already it's just someone telling you about a guy right now. That's what this film is. It's just like, this guy, just, you know, he's got a problem, and that is his relationship with his family, and hopefully he can get it solved. In the background, you're like, so he's gonna get attacked by zombies, and that's gonna be something that happens throughout the film, isn't it? Like, the zombie part isn't actually gonna be what this is about, as they often say, the heart of the film. Yeah, he needs to do better, as Falcon would say.
Oh no.
Yes.
Do
As Captain
better.
Falcon would say.
The legendary Captain Falcon. So he's just commits to, all right then, I'm gonna take her to Busan because that's like one of the most obvious things she desperately wants. I can at least take care of that. But as they're moving through town, some weird shit's going on. Just I think they get some news reports as well as they see like a big fire, like a building's on fire. It's like, jeez, what's going on?
Skyscrapers on fire.
Yeah. While having a chat as well, and I think one of the things he tells her, because she says like, how did you know that the song I was singing, I didn't finish it? And he was like, even if you don't see me, I'm there. And that's gonna be relevant to think about.
Yep. Oh yeah.
There's a lot of little bits like that. You just keep them in your back pocket, sort of thing, because the script is purposeful instead of just random.
Yeah.
I find that with just a lot of the scripts that I really love, it's not about sorting out the problem of the scene, which is like, we need to get them over here, so have a character say, go over there. All right, good, now we're over here. Like, it's like, much more like, let's think about the entire movie.
Yeah, exactly. It's the standard thing of like, typically good dialogue achieves more than one thing. And in this instance, it's like, well, yeah, this is something that would be said at this moment, but also it'll be really important later on in terms of theme and stuff like that.
Yes.
Just hit all of those beats.
Now, something I want to point out, because I thought it was kind of amusing, both me and Fringy, on our first viewings of this film, as they show the train everyone's boarding, we get like a more sharper focus on a woman, like a hostess helping people in, and we both had the same thought, oh, she's probably our second main character. Like, because it's just like we're gonna start, and you see the conductor as well, and I was like, oh, he's probably a main guy too, maybe not, I don't know. Just you never know, because when you start a film like this, where you know there's going to be several characters, you're wondering which ones are going to be the ones that end up surviving, you know, throughout. So yeah, hostess lady, pretty sure she'll be fine, you know, she's probably gonna make it real far. And yeah, everything's just setting up, people getting on, everything's pretty normal, and we're already now, in case any audiences were starting to get, I don't know, frustrated, they're still just getting a couple more characters introduced. And one of them is like, there's a bunch of school kids who is like a baseball team, I think.
Yeah,
that's how they all
have
bats and stuff. And there's like the hot girl that everybody likes, and she's interested in the one guy who doesn't want anything to do with her. And
that bastard.
And he's even the detail of he's pretending to listen to music, but he's not, because he just doesn't want to talk to anybody. Apparently, that seems to be the attitude. Tricks.
He's a nerd who plays baseball, and he's nervous around girls.
I think he seems sort of fed up with her. I don't know if it was this whole like, oh, I'm playing hard to get thing, because he seemed like genuinely annoyed by her. But then at the end of the movie, like,
annoyed.
Well, yeah,
Nervous.
nervous, disinterested. It didn't
Awkward.
seem. It seemed to me that he wasn't interested in her, but he's definitely interested in her in the sense that fucking shut up, phone. In the sense that there's an investment of like, I like these people. He's just there's something you can interpret about that little moment. It could just be that he's like a little bit introverted, but that's going to become an interesting thought when things kick off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's just kind of like, leave me alone. And now our characters get on. It's all looking good. It's kind of funny because if you know it's a zombie film and everyone's getting on the train, you're like, oh boy, it's gonna begin now.
shit.
Any second now, zombies are gonna get on this train. And yeah, there's a woman who awkwardly stumbles onto the train, and she's worrying about what looks to be her leg. We can't quite make it out, and she just gets into the restroom just when the train's leaving. Unfortunate. And I just like this little bit where one of the sort of host people just looks up the stairs and you can just see there's lots of people crowding around something.
Mm-hmm.
Someone that looks like two people are fighting or something like that, and you really can't make out anything else. And you're just like, oh, that's weird.
Yeah, they're building up.
Something
Yeah, that was
happened.
like the little subtle hint. You know something's going on, but you don't actually see what it is.
Yeah, and then the much more overt one with the kids looking out the window and she sees him get tackled. Like, and yeah, the implication being that the whole town, city, whatever, is getting overrun just as this train is leaving. So people on the train, they wouldn't necessarily have any idea. But yeah, the lady who stumbled on, she's just making all the noises, and it's the first sort of examples we're getting of the makeup, which, my god, the makeup in this movie is fucking great.
Yeah, it is really impressive, and it's not just the makeup too. There's a lot of stuff comes together to make these zombies feel thing and spooky. The way that they move, the way that they look, the noises that are added, not just from them, but some of the ones in post, just like this cracking, and it's really kind of it's spooky.
Yeah, I'll try and show a couple of clips of that while we're going through for the people who can see and hear the screen as well, because there's just so many examples that I really like, but definitely impressive. But yeah, then we have a businessman character who's immediately like, some weirdo is in the toilet, get him out, like, which is just nice on rewatch that you realize the first thing we see that guy do is like, there's a weird person, get them away. Like, I don't like
stanky as well. Like, ugh.
stanky person. And main character's just gone to sleep while his kid's walking around, and she's spotted this as well. And so you've got like host guy, businessman, and the little girl just checking out this bathroom. And for a moment, we're stressed out as an audience. We're like, Jesus Christ, there's a fucking zombie in there. They open it up, and no, it's just a hobo man. Because they tricked us using filmmaking, those bastards.
I hate that.
And yeah, it's just a hobo guy, and he's just saying they're all dead over and over again, I think.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, that's reassuring. And so, yeah, we're still sort of at that point, just like, that was almost like a fake out, but what's happening with the other girl? And I think the business guy says, if you drop out of school, you'll end up like him. And
Yeah.
the little girl's like, my mum says only like bad people say that. And then he was like, did she drop out of school? Like,
Yeah.
She must have dropped out of
Prick.
and yeah, there's plenty to infer from that. If it's just like, if you look at the actions of Hobo Man and Businessman throughout this, and that it's like, you wouldn't want to end up like Hobo Man. And it's like, I don't know. Like, just in terms of the heart both of those characters have. But yeah, and it turns out Zombie Lady's already exited the restroom, and she's just walking through the, one of the carts, and, or cars rather, I guess. She makes it to the other side before she collapses. So again, it's sort of like, you can't help but think like, oh man, if someone would just stab her in the brain, we can save so many people right now. Just do it quick. Yes, and then the little girl ends up at a different restroom with someone who I can only refer to as Chad, I think. Gonna have to be his name.
I think Chad is the apt name.
Chat is appropriate.
Yeah, and he tells her, you're gonna have to use a different run, because my girl's busy in there for a little bit. And it is funny because he's like, "Hey, honey, how's it going in there?" And she just bangs on the door, and he's like, "Okay."
Okay,
Okay.
I'll leave you be.
Which, I guess it's playing with us a little bit again because it's just like the fact that all he hears is a bang. It's like, could there be a zombie in there? What could be happening? Just keeping us nice and just this, that, and the other's going on.
Suspense.
Yeah. And then Hostess, our second main character, we're sure of it, spots the girl on the floor and is like, holy shit, gonna call for help. And she's just going, blah, 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 blah. Which, this is the benefit all zombie films get. I assume you guys sort of see this as well, where the first set of people to get bitten, you get them for free, because humans are very helpful in times like that a lot of the time. They will pick someone up and be like, oh, gotta get them straight up. It's like, you okay, miss? It's like, oh gosh. And, I don't think the zombies have any bonus strength in this, right? Some stuff does that.
No, they don't seem to. There's a lot of hand-to-hand, like, pushing and shoving with zombies. I don't think they're particularly
seems like-
strong or well coordinated.
Well, they've
the
got like
main-
major downsides as well, where they can't see in the dark. Like
Yeah.
even if the room is like somewhat lit,
If
like,
it's
well,
Batwoman
normal-
dark, they can't see in it.
Batwoman dog.
yeah.
I think the only buff that we can presume that they have is pretty good endurance.
And rage.
Yeah.
Just that rage
Yeah.
will get them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And yeah, we got more characters who are just observing that there's riots breaking out and the like huge amount of police are just everywhere, but it's unclear what's happening exactly. Like, yeah, and then lady's dead, or seemingly, and hostess is like, my goodness gracious, we gotta get someone here right now to help, blah blah blah. And there's just this cool, this is like, it just feels like a zombie moment where they're slowly rising behind them. And you can get them cracking sounds and stuff, and the neck just slicks back.
I don't think was that a slow rising one, or is that one of the ones where she like because they do this thing like 2 or 3 times in the movie where zombies just kind of on the floor and then they lift up in this weird way, and they used wires or if they got a legit like contortionist or someone to play those roles as the zombies do this weird standing up motion. I kind of want to look into it and see what they did, because it looks really creepy and unnatural the way that they just sort of stand up.
I think it's both, because there is a scene, I can't remember what one it's in, and it's in what's it called? Kingdom, that's what it's called. And on that, the Korean medieval Korean zombies. And there is a scene in that where there's like this female zombie that's like got her neck like snapped and her arms all contorted and shit, and like she's on the ground and she does this like spinning weird spiral. She's almost like an insect, but as I was looking at it, I was like, that wasn't CGI, that bitch actually did that. Like, so like, and I was like, what the fuck, man? And so there must be a contortionist or something, because that was fucking mental.
Yeah, that's some weird
This
creepy
one-
Tim Burton Cirque du Soleil shit.
This one looks mostly normal, but there are ones in this, and I'm going to try and show them when we get to them. But the one I remember is
the soldier with the dislocated shoulder.
Oh,
I love
dude,
that.
Yeah. One of the ones I remember is they're running toward a zombie who's facing away from them, and it breaks its neck backward to look at them, and then it flips its body around, and then it starts running at them. I remember being like, fucking hell, what is going on? Like, what did you just do to yourself? It's like, it's that desperate to grab people. It's a really quick way to spin around. So yeah,
They were function over form.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so yeah, we know that she's probably going to be in trouble, and then everyone's just like hanging out and chilling out in the high school section, and they just see this woman slowly walking through with another woman on her back, biting her neck. It is the most like, what the fuck? And what's great about it is that even when she's on the floor doing it, they don't know what to think until the zombie, I guess, completes the biting and just rises up, and the music kicks in as well, and everyone's like, "Oh fuck, this is actually like terrifying."
Yep.
Like, what the fuck? And there's a lot of interesting sort of like, what I like about this film is that all the humans react differently. Several of them were frozen, several of them are already screaming, and then several of them want to help. Like, just different sort of things will happen. But the most interesting one is I guess if I call him introverted high school guy, he's immediately tries to help when one of his friends gets attacked, while everyone else sort of stays still.
Our instant characterization. All right,
Yeah.
just add water. Like,
Very
yeah.
important. Every action
Yeah.
everyone takes in action scenes, something that I find frustrating in a lot of mainstream stuff. They don't understand that when you have people do nothing, that is characterization.
Yes.
Yeah, and the
And action
hostess
is action.
on the floor immediately changes into a zombie. The shit that she does with her body as well, while
Yeah,
just
it's like,
screaming
"Ah."
and blood just spraying. It's just like, oh my god. So yeah, and that's just a signal that this shit spreads fast.
Very fast.
And so
Yeah,
they,
well, like
So I
establishing our
think that is
rules
one of my
pretty quickly.
complaints about the movie is that it seems to be inconsistent with how.
I don't know about that. What reference would you give?
I don't know. So the first woman, she gets bit on the train, and she's going for. Well, maybe it's like once they if they die, then
Well-
it's immediate once they die. Maybe that's where
Oh,
my
definitely, yeah.
memory
It's,
confusion is.
so when they bite them, it's standard zombie rules, at least for modern times, which is that this bite is going to kill you over time. It's like a timer, and the second you die, you're a zombie.
Okay, all right. That
But
was one thing.
I don't know if they have
I guess that's
Walking
what I
Dead
was thinking
rules
of.
where you become a zombie whether or not you're bitten if you die. I guess we never get examples of that, but I think you do have to be bitten in this. That would be my guess.
Yeah.
And yeah, I would think I'd give as best faith as I can to this and be like, it'll take longer if you're bitten on the hand than if you're bitten on the neck, that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Skin rehash and
Because
stuff.
yeah, there's examples of that like in the movie
Yeah.
as well.
Exactly.
Because yeah, we see people get bitten to fuck, like on the neck, and it takes like a couple seconds before they back up again, versus people who are bitten in the hand, and it'll take them like 2 minutes or so before they change.
Yeah.
Which, but just fast in general. Because I think Walking Dead, it can take like days or whatever, right? If you're bitten on like your fingernail or something.
Yeah, I think so. Takes a while.
Yeah, and I think that was the same for Resident Evil, actually. Or at least Resident Evil 3, it took a while for the pimp to change.
You got bit on the chest, right?
Yeah, and it still took him ages to change.
Yeah. Yeah,
weird.
I don't know
Movie's weird.
how
Remember
how
Michelle
good those
Rodriguez?
films are at probably
She got bit in the neck, the arm, and her hand. I think she got bit 4 times in Resident Evil 1. I can't remember, but
I can't remember either.
well, either way, the natural assumption here is that violence is breaking out. People are fucking trying to kill each other for some reason, so everybody needs to move into the other carts. But the more you look at it, it's like these things are not people, or at least they don't seem to be acted like people. And like, yeah, one of the main sort of host guys just watches someone just nibbling on someone's hand. Just like, what the fuck?
Mhm.
And I think that's where the high schoolers get sectioned off on the cart in the other direction, while he tries to get everybody to move back through the other cars. And what's cool about this is that it's panic, it's insane, there's screaming and like that, and then it just cuts to our main character, who's really far away, just looking through the restrooms to find his daughter, and everything's just quiet. It's just like, yep, normal.
Makes
And a
Yeah.
big train.
Takes a while for them to get there.
The
It's
film
just
does a good job of establishing where on the train people are, which is more difficult than it sounds, because when you're on a train like that, every I guess was every compartment, every section.
Mhm.
What are the
Well, they call them cars,
divisions
I
of
think, in this.
cars? Yeah, all the cars, they look the same because the train, but they do a good job to say I'm over in such and such, and they refer to such and such cars, and they will pause to show on the wall what the number is of the train to make the characters aware of it.
Yeah.
So you never feel like you're just lost, like you
I
don't
think,
have a sense of scale or direction or location.
There was
Now
a
that I
part
know-
round about there was a part
go
round
for
about
it.
this bit where I was sort of trying to comprehend. I was like, hold on, how did they get zombie outbreaks like on either side of them on the train? And it was during a first watch through, I never noticed it, but I noticed that when the dad's like sitting, someone actually runs past him holding their arm. And they've just
Yeah.
came from the part of the train where everything got fucked up, and obviously they've been bit, and they're sprinting down to like the opposite side of the train, and then obviously they turned and fucked up that part of the train, and that's how they had zombies on either side of them, and that was something that I completely missed on a first watch.
Well, and it's, like I said, the high schoolers, they go the other direction right at the beginning. So they lock themselves on one side of the train, there's zombies in the middle, then there's our main character, and then past that there might be more as well. It's like a... There's lots of splits, and that a lack of awareness of that actually gets some people killed later on because they don't know where the safe cars are necessarily.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I'm just curious if it's anything to do with I guess it's because there's a lot of things that you can latch onto when I think it's framing and where like the camera is positioned. It's always on the left hand side of the, or for the most part it's on the left hand side of the train, and like you can see on the other side the direction that the train is going in pretty clearly, so that it's just not confusing. I think it's just really clear visual vocabulary that helps people figure out where everybody is.
yeah.
I think
you're gonna want to
Visual
avoid.
vocabulary, like a versatile verb.
Yeah.
I'd imagine you're gonna want to avoid confusing people when you. It's like so many cars and so many characters at different positions. You're gonna be like, you're gonna have to do the best we
Exactly.
can to let people know like how this is making sense.
Well, it's just give people something that they can latch onto that they will subconsciously figure out where people are. And I think, yeah, I'm as the scene's playing and I'm looking at it, it seems like there were just ways it was communicated that were kind of subtle,
Mhm.
and then you can sort of figure it out, and they give you enough information to figure it out. It's just good filmmaking, really.
Yeah, and is finally caught up with the main character's car while he's looking for the daughter who's now behind him because he was almost going to check the restroom but he went past it. And what's cool is this is just normal. Loads of people are screaming and rushing while other people are just like, what is going on? What are you running
What's
from?
going on?
Like, why-
Yeah.
And then one guy comes through and he's holding his neck and he just staggers into a seat. And so it's already just getting to payoffs now. It's like the guy who's been desperately telling everybody to move, to get out, to move, to get out. The hostess catches up with him and just bites him immediately. And it's like, down he goes.
Yep.
All the sacrifices he was making got him killed just to help other people, which probably be pointing that out as we go. But yeah, he gets thrashed out his neck by hostess lady. And I feel like this is a great little moment for not only just confirming information we already had, but definitely for our protagonist. He watches someone get bitten several times, and then she turns immediately, grabs someone else, bites them, and then the one that she started on immediately gets up.
Mhm.
So it's just like, yeah, this happens quick, and it's fucking no fucking around, and it just pans all the way back to him, and he's like, okay, like I understand.
It's like,
Yeah.
it's like fucking. I know exactly what is going on now. Thank you for showing me like an accurate, exact timeline of what I'm looking.
And there's just this really cool shot of, I'm guessing it would have been done with attaching almost the camera to the actor, the zombie rather, I guess. But he's running at and they build up the music as well, but he's just chasing, and it's a particularly intense shot. Like, it's just thrashing while chasing our guy, and then it
Probably has
quickly...
like some kind of belt attached to his
Probably,
waist with like a camera strung in front of him.
And it becomes a little bit more intense too, because right behind him is just many zombies. Like, it's already completely infected, like most people, because it's just really hard to escape them, especially in those numbers, to the point where they pile up on each other.
Yeah.
Which is, I thought I mentioned this to you guys, but I thought I first saw that in Game of Thrones, but that came out 2018, this was 2016, which, I mean, now I'm starting to think, I think they just took it. Which doesn't surprise me, because Season 8 was a fucking disaster.
Well, but World War Z did that shit too, though, so...
I'd have to...
World War Z did it very gratuitous.
I was going to say, World War Z is the one,
yeah.
right, where they make a mountain of zombies to climb over...
That's
Yeah.
right, yeah.
That's the only scene I know from that movie.
Yeah.
So I watched it, but that one got around.
It's-
Like, oh, look at them doing a fucking zombie mountain.
Did-
It's like, okay.
Did they do the
Yeah,
one
they-
where, like, a group is sprinting and they smash into it, like, they create a tidal wave? Is that something that happens
Yes,
in...
they
Oh,
do.
okay.
When they're running around,
What?
they're running around in the city, like after they've climbed over the wall, and there's just a tidal wave of zombies, but it's all CGI, and like
And
yeah,
they do that in Busan, but it's not a tidal
couple
wave.
times.
No,
I think it's just
yeah,
twice.
it's not as ridiculous. Like there was
And I think
two
one of them's
times that,
practical.
It's much more like bowling pins, where they clog themselves up and fall over straight
Uh-huh.
away. It's not like...
Yeah, when they stop at the train station in all the military ones, when
that's what I
the
was
glass
saying, yeah.
breaks, I think they had a practical, just a big pile of just like faux bodies essentially.
Yeah.
That was underneath a lot of the actors as they were going over the top. so it looked really good. That it didn't look out of place. It really did give that appearance that they were crawling all over each other.
Yeah, it wasn't like some exaggerated, like, that wouldn't happen, like, sort of nonsense like they did in World War Z. Like, it did actually look real. And as for, like, a waterfall of zombies, there was a part where they had that, and it was shortly after that scene, but it wasn't ridiculous. It was still believable, and it's the bit when the soldiers were falling out of the upper window to on top of the train. Like that, yeah, that was reasonable, that bit, and that's where you got the soldier that, like, broke his shoulder and was running around like a fucking Mongo.
Yeah, and
he was funny.
Yeah, we're already supposed to assume, I think, that just some of the ones at the front trip, and then the ones at the back are so desperate to get over them, they go up above them, and then more and more, and it just clogs, and they crash down. And
yeah, these zombies, they're not graceful.
No,
they're ferocious.
And yeah, this is the one I was talking about, where our guy is running forward and he sees a zombie in front of him who hasn't spotted him yet, but then he like breaks his head back, flips his body, and then comes at him. But it's just like with the sound effects, especially with like how pumped this scene is, it's just it's so intense. You're just like fucking like this is just, and it's so claustrophobic as well. Which this movie definitely benefits from. Not the fact that we got super fast zombies and very little spaces to run.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah,
we finally...
the movie doesn't. Even though it takes place in a train, did you feel like the movie was? Because I never felt claustrophobic.
Oh, I definitely did. In plenty of moments.
Yeah.
I think it's a subjectivism. It just, I don't know. They did a good job at making it feel enclosed, but you never got like the like they've got. I don't know. Maybe it's just me.
Yeah, there's loads of references. All the times that they try and, when they get on, they realize that they are in a car that's between two with broken doors that have zombies in each of them. It's just a moment of like, the only option we have is hopefully getting into an even smaller space that they hopefully don't realize we're even in. Obviously, when they're crawling through the top parts, like how enclosed everything gets, it's just and there's just so little escape options. Meanwhile, in a lot of zombie movies, you'll have the scariness of the fast zombies is that you do have plenty of places to go, but they will still be right behind you, sort of thing. So yeah, it's still probably like half of the train is chill, and we finally catch back up to where Chad was, and he's just like, lots of people running around screaming, what the fuck's going on? Which is still just this cool element that it's like infecting the train from one side to the other slowly.
Yep.
And yeah,
I love his response, though. Like, at first, he's sort of, like, grabbing the woman and just holding her back, and he's looking at her like, what the hell's wrong? Like, he's just sort of staring, like, what the fuck's going on? And he's trying to sort of be chill about it, but see, when he looks behind and sees all those zombies and the women, he just starts throwing punches.
Oh, dude, it's so legendary. Because, like, he does everything. He's super normal, but also, like, a fucking great person, because, him and his wife just see a guy biting a woman, and it's so bizarre that they freeze for a bit, and he immediately goes to protect his wife, because that's who he is. And then she's like, fucking dumbass, help her. And he's like, oh, yeah, okay, And he's just like, hey, weird guy, get off the lady. Like, stop it. Yeah. And then, then he just comes and he's like, whoa, what the fuck's wrong with you? Like, why? It's just like how you deal with, like, a drunk, I guess. You're like, hey.
Are you nuts?
But yeah, as our character just sneaks by him as he's being attacked, and I think because he's got a child at that point, you don't have to infer anything necessarily, but you can definitely see on a rewatch, there's like, he doesn't fucking care about any of these people, he's just protecting himself and his daughter. And yeah, there's just this great moment where he sees them all, and he's like, honey, you can run, right? Like, just... oh shit, this is not fun. And she's also a fucking great actress in this, by the way. I guess they all are.
They're all great.
Yeah, they're very good.
Yeah, just selling that emotion. So of course these two are now at the end of the line. Oh, that's another, just the way that fucking zombie gets up. I'll try and show that clearly as well. Nice and creeptastic. And yeah, it's a little bit undersold because the audio as well really fucking nails it for this. Clickety clacking and squelching, but yeah, there's several zombies
even that frame, fucking hell, man. That's good.
And so yeah, a whole bunch of characters are making it into like the main car that's got the main set of survivors left. Our protagonist gets in, which means the only people left now are Pregnant Lady and Chad. And Businessman immediately is like, close the fucking door on him, do it, close it right now, fuck him. And our protagonist tries, but it's not quite working. He needs to sort out a manual release, I think. And then he's got a choice to make. Will you lock these two out, or will you wait for them to get there? And it's like it's such a classic moment for all these kinds of films, because it's just a great way to create tension, right? Because we as an audience are like, oh, we want them to survive.
Yep.
And I think, I don't know about you guys, but I was just like, yeah, he's gonna let him in and then he'll close it in the last minute. That's probably how it's gonna go.
Yeah, that's what I thought was gonna happen as well.
But he closes them out. It's just like, wow. And
Bam.
you can
Right in front of
tell
their faces as well.
you can tell there's enough time to let him in, especially the
Yeah.
pregnant lady, but he's just like, nah, it's too risky. Bye-bye. And fucking Chad just punches one out like as they're coming closer.
He does not give a shit.
But the thing is, you can't lock these doors. You can only hold them, and so she just opens it back up, and I'm assuming our protagonist just gives up in terms of preventing them. And so, yeah, they get in, and they close it right before... And the scene sort of calms back down. That's because we realize these guys ain't smart, the zombies, so they can't really use handles or access things however they work. And so there's no way to lock the door, and so we just sort of decide, like, I guess you can just leave it as long as they don't activate it, right? And then they quickly realize, like, they're desperate to get to us because they can see us. Like, I was just impressed. The wife immediately tosses water onto the door and puts newspapers on it. It's just like, damn, that'll do it.
Are those smart characters we're having?
Felt weird.
Yeah.
What?
And so yeah, the
It
zombies
shows a lot about the characters in this movie because they understand what is happening. It's like, oh, apparently there's rules to these guys, or they can only act at a certain in a certain moment.
Yeah,
It's
like let's
they
leverage
can't
the fact that
open-
we've got brains and they don't.
Yes, like, oh, we're just gonna close this down. Oh, this thing is not moving; it's just running against it. Oh, just let it go. Oh, let's just shut the doors and cover it up. It's like, okay, they're chill now. They can't see us because
yeah,
they're
the
being
zombies
stupid.
they do calm down. They're just like, there's no humans. What the fuck? They're very they're very in the moment sort of creatures. You know, they just don't live for much else.
Yeah,
Just
they're
like,
quite the Epicureans.
Yeah. Also, we could you could say this starts the arc of our main protagonist, I guess.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
so immediately he's like, you owe me an apology. And he's like, no, I
Yeah.
don't. This is like, you fucking asshole. I'm gonna feed you to the zombies. And he's like,
he
hey.
grabs him, doesn't he?
and he says, you guys weren't the only ones in danger, which is an argument, but and he says, what a piece of work. Because if you just look at the context, like, you could have easily let us in. You decided not to. And so, like, you know, it's definitely a more so, I'll feel better about myself if I say I did it for the sake of the many, alright? That's totally why I did it. Wasn't out of fear for myself or anything. And so, yeah, they just, all the confirmations are happening. We got a good, like, probably 40 characters still. So it's just like, man, you're gonna have to thin these numbers, you know? Can't be having this many people in the climax. So what's gonna happen? We just find out that they're on their way to Busan, I think, ultimately, but there's going to be potential for stops, and they find out that one of them is safe.
Yes, yeah.
We're like, that's where we will go. And the conductor's just like, that's the, I guess, what thrusts the train, because someone might argue, like, why not try and get off at any place? And I think it's because they're trying to head to places that the military have control.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they're told that the first area they're going to go to has that, and, oh, look at that as well. Chad asks someone to give up their seat because his wife is pregnant, and they do. Sacrifices people make. And yeah, I think that we get a couple of calls from main character with different people. He's talked to his, like, he's got a friend who's connected to the army, and someone who works with the company, right? Are they the same person? I can't remember.
I think he's
I
talking
think
to the same guy.
I think it's the same guy. Yeah.
And then of course his mum, who the last thing she tries to get through to him before something's clearly going wrong with her is to take care of that daughter of yours. Because yeah, everyone's getting fucked in this horrific world, unfortunately. And yeah, his mum just starts going blah 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 blah, and it sounds like she hangs up as she does that. So you have to picture that she, as a zombie, was like, "Oh fuck this call, I don't want to deal with it." Or
phones, blah, blah, blah.
as she was turning, that was the last act. I will hang up on him. No need for him to hear me gurgling.
You know, sometimes it's awkward, you know, with these
Mhm.
calls. Like, do I hang up? Do you hang up? Who's like, someone's got to be the one hang up. And I think she made the right call by avoiding that kind of, you know, we've all been there. We've all been
Yes.
there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and so it's just a matter of, all right, gonna get to this next. Oh, I think they actually slow down, don't they, in one stop, and a whole bunch of people are immediately like, "Help!"
Yeah, let me in.
And it's just cruel because you have all of our characters have to watch loads of people getting eaten in front of them. It's like a showcase because you can't stop to help them because the zombies are all over them. It's just like,
Warmed
yeah,
up.
if you didn't need more evidence that
Shit's
this,
fucked.
this is bad. We're in a bad position right now. And yeah, there's just I think footage on the news of just loads of people all over the place getting fucked up by zombies.
Mm-hmm.
Just confirming though that they are a little stupid, and that's going to be a main advantage, I'd imagine.
Mhm.
Yeah, and then they're all moving forward, I think, down the cars, and they decide to sort of sit in an area, and his daughter gives up her seat for an old lady,
Mhm.
Yeah, the old lady and the sister. Yeah.
who are also going to be relevant characters.
Oh yeah.
And he's like, "Okay, daughter, you gotta stop like worrying about other people. You gotta worry about yourself." And the subtitles literally have him say like, "You gotta like chill on the whole being so good thing. Like, watch out for yourself."
Yeah, but at a time like this,
No,
I
that's
think
what I
that's
mean.
important.
It's not an unreasonable thing to say that you need to
Yeah,
look
yeah.
out for yourself is what his goal is there. But then she says, "Granny's knees always would hurt" or whatever. Like the idea
Yeah.
of just a basic understanding and decency that she doesn't want to give up, basically.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell it's like struggling for him to square it away, I guess. It's like, yeah, I guess you could like, give up a seat, but like seriously, you gotta put yourself first. And there's just actions to sort of judge throughout the film about that in terms of what the right thing is to do in all these different circumstances. Yeah, and I think we just see businessmen talking to people about different stops because he's very much on his own sort of adventure as well. And it reminds the main character to talk to his guy about just trying to get more information as well as an option in the next stop. And while he's doing that, the first thing Chad says to the daughter is like, "Is that your real dad?" Like, and his wife's like, "Dude." Like, what?
Why would you say that?
And yeah, they just confirm his job. And he's like, "Oh, he's a bloodsucker." Yeah, there's loads of little bits like this in the film where there's just standard dialogue, but that makes the characters that much more endearing.
Yeah. Good stuff.
And yeah, she just like offers, I think, a little sweet, and then they're talking about the pregnancy, and the like she puts her hand on it or something, and the Chad is just like, "I made that."
I may.
He's just a really down to earth kind of guy that you like, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Very
think
likable.
he snuck up on me a little bit. We'll get to the moment where I was like, "Holy fuck, this guy's great." But on rewatch, I just like I immediately like him from the second he's on screen. He's just
Right.
fully understandable as a person. And yeah, it's just a nice little human moment of like, hey, a baby's on the way, and everyone's happy about that. It's like, yay, in the middle of the zombie apocalypse, woo. And so yeah, he gets the call, and the friend is like, "I'll get you out," while everyone else goes with the main army. And what's gonna happen with them is they'll be quarantined and put through all kinds of different checks and stuff. While if you go a different exit, we can get you out straight away. So he's like, "Uh-huh." And he goes through it all, but what he doesn't realize is that Hobo Man was listening to that conversation, or at least he realizes he was there too late. And so he's just gonna hope that Hobo Man is kind of just a nobody crazy man. It's fine. Don't worry about it. I'm sure he doesn't realize anything.
Yeah.
And you can't help but think, of course, about like, oh, you're gonna get you and your daughter out the nice and safe way, while the others are gonna have to go through whatever else. Just like, I don't know. I guess you could pull out some people additionally if you wanted to, or you could not. But he's committing to just him and his daughter.
Yeah.
And so it feels like an act break almost. And we were arriving now at this stop, and the hopes are that the army's got this place under control, and it's GG. And it's kind of funny because it's just like, we're a third into the movie, and they're trying to say that the army is going to sort us all out. Like,
Now,
yeah, are they
I
going to
don't
do
know
the
about that
army's
one,
just
Chief.
going to kill everybody sort of thing?
yes, there are concerns, there is suspense, and yeah, the station itself is just blank. Nobody meets them. It's just like, But of course they start getting out. But Businessman doesn't head out in that stop. He immediately goes to the conductor and says, "We gotta leave now. Go to Busan." And then he even says, "Uncouple it and just take us." And it's like, I think he says how many people can be taken in the main compartment. I'm not sure that that's because he wants to save as many as possible. Rather, he just wants to know that he can definitely go in there.
Yeah.
Because I don't think he cares about anybody but himself.
Yeah. Doing a good job of making him very unlikable in this movie.
Oh yeah. Whenever I see people talk about this movie, they fucking hate that man, and I understand that. We'll get into it.
Yeah, very hateable.
I think I don't know if we mentioned earlier that school guy, the baseball guy, he immediately grabbed a weapon when he realized there's danger. He immediately grabbed the baseball
The
bat
bat.
from
Yeah, the surviving high
Pardon.
schoolers, all the guys have baseball bats, and the girl is just staying behind
the
main high schooler guy. Yeah, he grabs the conductor, and he's just like, "How many can fit? We gotta go right now." And he says, not only can they not uncouple it without like a special station, I'm assuming, to do that, but he also says he's not leaving without other people, which is baffling to Businessman. Like he has to deal with this from several people in the story.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah,
I'm back.
Oh, they just arrived at the station. We were just talking about how conflicting sort of motivations for characters, right? Because like a lot of them just want to get out because they believe this place is safe. The conductor is just like, I want to make sure we get as many people as possible. Businessman is like, can we just uncouple and leave, me and you? Like, I just want to go.
Yeah.
just a little trip, just me and you.
And so yeah, because it's a fucking zombie horror movie, and everyone is chill at this moment, they're sort of just on their little escalator, just being like, "Right then, there we go." You just sit there like, "Oh man, like, what's gonna go wrong?" And he obviously makes sure to just try and slink away, our main character, with his kids, while everyone else is going the main way. And even Chad notices, and he's just like, "Oh, just ignore him. Let him do whatever the fuck he's doing." But unfortunately for him, Hobo Man overheard the conversation, and in an attempt to justify why he is following them, he then lets the girl know what they're doing there, and then she is like, "We've got to tell other people." And he's like, "Fuck that, this is for me and you." And she like tries to leave, and I think he stops her, and then it's like, you gotta help them. And he's like, "No, we don't, forget them, we're on our own." And she like stops, just says, "You already care about yourself, that's why mum left," whatever. It's like, oh, fucking hell. Like, bringing this on me right now. We got zombies to deal with. And yeah, before we can see any resolution of that, Chad notices there's a riot shield with some blood on the floor, which, to be fair, that could exist for any reason, really, but it's still just a little bit like,
Why would that be the case?
Like, I guess someone could have left the riot shield on the floor, I don't know. And yeah, Hobo Man spots someone that's looking to meet them, but you can see he's walking a little odd. So our characters get in there, and it's just like this suspense building of like, wait, someone's about to go catastrophically wrong. And you can just see all the soldiers outside standing And then as
Facing
the
away from the station as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because you see
They're
them.
they're on the fucking escalators going down.
it's so
Yeah.
great. It's so
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah,
great.
because you see because they're on escalators going down to, I guess, like the plaza or the main area, the open space, and so you see the feet of the crowd outside first,
Yeah.
and you could just tell by the feet and the legs that they're zombies. The way that they're just sort of stumbling around, and they're all in the
Yeah.
boots and the camo, and you're like, oh shit, and you're like, this is really really bad.
And so, it's once you get low enough, you can see their faces, and then the zombies spot them, and they all start sprinting toward them, and it's like a conveyor belt feeding them humans because they're just cycling down.
Yeah.
And it's so unfortunate. But again,
I like how Chad just immediately grabs his wife and lifts her over it, and it's the way he does it. It's like he just goes, nope, and picks his wife up and sits her over the
It's
escalator and
fucking-
jumps over.
it's honestly great because even she is like, "Whoa, what the fuck are you?" And he's just like, "Go, go, 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 go!" Like we're not dealing with this shit. Just quick action, smart guy, and wife first. Really hard not to love this guy already.
Yep.
And yeah, so obviously a lot of let's call them fodder get wiped out here. A lot of bonus lives our characters have get taken out, and it really whittling us down to the people we know. But yeah, the high schoolers are obviously trying to get out of there too. Conductor spots it from the top of the steps, along with businessmen. So everyone's just panicking, trying to get back to the train. That is now the goal. And so coming back to main character. Even his like bonus exit has been overthrown with zombies too, and it's only just when he gets a phone call from his friends saying he can't get through to his men, so something's fucking wrong. And
It's something to be honest, if he was trying to help him out, like it's something he probably should have mentioned to him. Oh yeah, the station's safe. I haven't been able to talk to any of my men though. Probably nothing to worry about.
well, I guess the problem is we don't know exactly when this happened. It could have been recent, I guess. Might have been when he got through to him, and then sort of like a montage cut on the train. But yeah, as soon as he sees the zombies, he immediately looks back at his daughter. And this is a moment, because the thing about films like this is I'm never quite sure what's going to happen, because they don't adhere to tropes as often as Western movies will often do. And so, like, there was a chance here. I was like, is the kid going to die? Are they actually going to kill her? Because of, like, because she has loads, well, I say
Kill
loads.
that kid.
There's a zombie
Kill her
running,
up.
running right for her, and you're just like, holy fuck, is this going to be the horrible reality that our main character has to watch his kid die in an attempt to save her? But an elbow comes right in when it needs to from Chad. Who, yeah, that just means that he took the time to help a kid when trying to escape himself. Just like, oh, what a legend.
Yeah.
And, yeah, he gets
He is the MVP this entire fucking movie though.
Oh,
Like
yeah,
he
absolutely.
is. He absolutely is.
He should be everyone's favorite character. It's obvious.
Yeah. Hands down.
And so, he and the high schoolers are just getting everybody in that they can, while the main character gets attacked by a zombie, so he's a bit busy. He shoves a book in its mouth, which, again, just, yeah, that's probably a smart move. Like, I guess have to bite down on that. And we get a complete glorious role reversal, where Chad has got the door, it's locked, and our character is stuck on the other side. And there's not even a hesitation. Chad is immediately like, come on, get the fuck out of there, asshole. Run.
Yep.
And
I like that he takes the time to call him an asshole still.
Yeah, it's great. He calls him an asshole throughout the film. And yeah, Hobo Guy actually helps the main character. So he puts his coat on top of the zombie, and because the zombie can't see him, he basically just is completely confused, which I think is a nice way of sort of partially setting up what we're going to be getting later. And the main character, he gets in like half a second before all the army of zombies gets in. Like, that's how much they put on the line to save him. And it's really interesting to think about in terms of the whole sacrifice stuff, because what knock-on effect will that have? What will main character do as a result of people saving his life and stuff? But yeah, we get to the really unfortunate part. A lot of people in their rush to get back to the train open a car up, and a bunch of zombies pour out of it. And they're just like, fuck.
And I totally see that happening in real life.
Absolutely, when you're that terrified, yeah.
Yeah, it just runs like, I want to get back in there. It's like, oh shit, and then you're dead.
And so they're getting dragged in one a direction away, but more of our main characters are making it back onto the car that they were in the first place, and the conductor is just watching until he's going to have to decide when he's going to leave. And I think he does it via, he's got a host that's left, and the host has got a little walkie-talkie, and he'll tell him when to leave. But even at this point, the businessman is like, let's go, and he's like, no, we gotta save more people, you fuck.
What a piece of shit.
And then we get the part where the zombies burst through the window, all the bodies just flying down. And one of them that falls, this is the one that Dank was talking about, his arm is like broken behind his head.
Oh, yeah.
And he separates the two grannies.
I don't know why this bit made me laugh so much. Like, it's the way he runs. It's just...
The poor guy's just hungry. He just wants to eat some meat, whether or not his arm is fucked. Yeah, more and more people just getting on, and at this point they're all closing the doors on the zombies as they get there, so it's stressful because they're only just making it, but at the same time we know that two of our main fucking dudes are all still in the actual station. They're not even at the train yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and we get another moment of they get onto desperately, main character's wife, old lady, and kid get onto a car, nondescript. We don't know, like they just get onto one, and right before they close it, hobo guy is like, no, let me in too, and she decides she'll save him. Wonder if that'll have repercussions too, in a good way. But yeah, they close it, and it's like seconds before the zombies get there. And so everyone is safe. And then it just cuts back to the doors that our main characters are struggling with. It's just like, oh, there's so many people left to get the fuck out of here. And Businessman is like, we can't wait any longer, you gotta fucking go. And they tell the conductor to start up the train, which is just like... At this point, you don't. I think you want to be on the train rather than off it at this station. It's not exactly safe regardless, but I guess if you're in a safe car, you know. And yeah, this whole time they're just trying, before they leave the doors, they just want to get the manual lock in, so that they can move away, which wouldn't have been so hard if he had chosen not to save protagonist man. Just interesting how everything's sort of flowing out, and gets it locked up, and they basically crack through it straight away because of the pressure from all the zombies, and they like headbutting it and stuff. Yeah, and then we get another unfortunate moment where the high school kid has to watch all of his friends die because they went first without sort of checking the land out, and they just get hit by a bunch of zombies. And an interesting detail is when he sees that they are done for, he freezes.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like just stuck, and it's actually our protagonist that wakes him the fuck up. It's like, gotta get going. And really whittling down the characters now. We're dealt with. We got very few left. But we get a scene that's pretty fucking badass. The three characters are just sprinting to try and get on to what remains of the options for the cars to jump on. And the two at the front being high school kid and main protagonist, they just get right on, but Chad's a little bit too far behind, so we can't quite reach him. And there's this part that I think has consistently confused everybody just for a second.
Yeah.
Where Chad, like, moves away from the train, and you're like, what are you doing? And,
Where are you going?
And it's the same sort of knowledge as the POV of our main character. He's like, why are you doing that? We're like, why are you doing that? It's like, because there's three zombies headed right for him, but he grabs a baton and a shield and just fucks them up.
Yep. What
It's
a
wonderful.
Legend. Legend.
Yeah, and then continue sprinting until he can get on with them. And it's just, that was the point where I was like, I don't want this guy to die. Like, I never want him to die.
I'm going to live forever.
He's an action hero.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And so everyone's back on, with probably more than
Right.
half of them having died.
No.
Yeah.
Great
Like
set of losses.
the overwhelming majority of the train is fucked at this point. They get
Yes.
wiped out on the fucking escalators.
Yeah, the way it works now is like the conductor's car is obviously fine, the car behind him is fine, the car behind that is fine, then loads of zombies, then the wife and the kid, then loads of zombies, and then our characters, the main ones. It's everyone's been split into these sections now. Two cars behind the conductor is where like the main set of random people are. Because yeah, our peeps just realized the car they got onto is in between two other ones that have lots of zombies on them, and the doors are smashed. So they realize the best thing they can do is get into the restroom, basically.
Yeah, wife immediately goes for that one door as well.
Yeah, she's quick thinking, which she was
Yeah.
before as well. So, not a great situation to be in, and because phones still work, there's no reason for them to not to. They get to notify our main characters that they are stuck. I think they're in like car 9, and our guys are in car 12 or something like that.
Yes, that's about right.
And there's zombies between them.
Because this is a film that doesn't forget that phones exist.
It's really
Insane,
neat.
isn't it?
And yeah, what's kind of cool here is Chad almost has a sense of like we can't reach him because of that, and it's our protagonist that immediately takes off his coat in preparation for taking out the zombies, and Chad is like, "What? You just gonna go through them?" He's just like, "How do you fucking do that?" And then in the background,
Yeah, but Chad sort of did it in a way where he's like, "You're going to go through them, but you're a pussy."
Look at your twig arms.
And so yeah, in the background while they're discussing that, the high school is preparing to wrap shit around your arms that makes it harder for zombies to bite you. Which genuinely shocking to see, because
It
I've
really
seen
was.
so much zombie content where they never care about that.
Oh yeah, like it's the smart thing to do in like a zombie apocalypse, because you get like there are tropes where there is shit that is so fucking obvious. Everybody knows the bites fuck you up. So get some leather or some plastic or something to go around your fucking arms, right? That's normal. Or it's always the one where it's like, oh, better not look behind me for like a whole 30 seconds, and then you get that silent stealth ninja zombie that nobody heard or seen, even though they're talking to a character who can see right over their shoulder, and then they get fucking grabbed from behind and bit in the neck. Like, I'm happy that there's none of that fucking bullshit in this, but this is smart. This is like a smart thing. This just makes me think that like Americans are retards and like Koreans are like really smart and would actually survive in a scenario like this.
So they're setting up to basically try and breach through the zombies, or at least they're not going to try and kill them. They're just going to try and get through them fast enough and then close doors behind them. That's the idea. And he says, "You're a fun manager. You're like." Your whole thing is leaving useless people behind, as he passes them a weapon, and I just think that the implication there is just like, you understand that in this environment you're one of the most useless people.
Yeah.
It's just fucking great, and because on top of the fact that he's been saved several times by Chad at this point, it's like, got some thematic shit going on. Yeah, then we just get this shot of them preparing as a trio to take on the zombies, and it's just like, this film's cool.
Yeah. Also, Chad right in character is like, I'm going front. It's like, all right, yeah, makes sense. I believe, yeah, you're going front.
And they go through a tunnel, and he's like, we gotta wait until we get light back, so that, easier to see, and it's interesting how that's gonna play out soon enough. And yeah, so the idea, I think, is to just...
Kicks the shit out of them.
It's when he picks one up and just slams him into the fucking roof, man. I love that. I fucking love that bit.
Oh, he hits so heavy, and like, you actually for a moment are just like, man, these zombies getting fucked up.
He's a big guy too, so you can believe it. You know?
He's I think once he takes the coat off, you can fully realize like, oh, he's a big chungus. Like, yeah.
He's a big guy.
And so yeah, the main idea here is just if they can breach through them even for a moment and then close the door, that's all they need to do. It's not about like making sure they stab everyone in the head so that they get through them or whatever. And they're working out really well. And it's just once you get your opportunities, you go through. Unfortunately, they are successful. They get through, but the next car is filled with the high school friends.
Yeah.
Which high schooler boy just completely freezes, and so they start trying to deal with it. And this is another time where I'm assuming you guys might have been on the same page, but they do the film thing where they show the two people struggling, cut back to our guy who's frozen, cut back, and I was like, oh, he's gonna overcome it, right? He's gonna spring to action. But no, it's they go through a tunnel, and the zombies get completely confused. They don't know where the people are anymore, and it's just a weakness they've added to these zombies for this universe, that when it's dark they can't actually see people, and that's the main way that they figure out who they're attacking. Secondary being sound.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
ironically, even though it only gets Batwoman dark, and the zombies have white eyes like Batwoman does when she uses her night vision, they cannot see.
They don't have night
you
vision.
They don't have, even though their eyes look that way, they don't have night vision like Batwoman does.
And yeah, I just think it's neat that they're avoiding the tunnels, and it's the tunnels that actually help them. So it's like a little bit of like, yeah, damn, you know, interesting thing about. And yeah, I think what's cool is something falls, and it's like it slightly disturbs them, and so our character uses the bat to hit something pretty far away to move them all across. And I was just like, oh my god, stop showing me people learning stuff and using it to their advantage. I'm not used to this. Terrifying.
It is terrifying.
It isn't fair.
Yeah, and so they get past car number 2. And I think with knowledge they've learned there, they decide, what if we, you know, put the number of your phone into my phone, then activate that phone once we're halfway through, and then they rush to the other side, and then we can get through.
Yeah.
They basically, like, they defeat each of these cars in different ways. It's just like, damn, film. Like, you're really just how dynamic we're being right now in terms of figuring stuff out as we go, and characters just trying to use their heads to best create scenarios that can benefit them. And again, just maintaining all of the effects, the darkness, and they're keeping track of their the GPS on their phone to know when the tunnels are coming up.
Yeah, because it's really
Smart
useful,
boys.
and there's smartphones.
They're
in this
using
universe.
they're using the technology that they have to do
Yep.
things. It's great.
And yeah, they reach the wife and kid. And it's just a nice little moment. She even slaps him or like hits him. He's like, ow.
Yeah. A nice little touch I saw when he threw away the Chad's phone. He has like that's like the picture of the shit. How do you call these pictures that they
Ultrasound?
do? Ultrasound picture of his baby on his phone as a background. You can see that when it's ringing. It's like, ah.
The nice detail right there.
Yeah.
Because he made that, don't you know?
He did make that, and he did very well. I assume.
Yeah, they get into the other restroom until they well, you're gonna have to wait for the next tunnel, which I think they say is 2 minutes of tunnel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be a decent chunk of time to try and do something. And what's cool is instead of it being like strictly logistics and exposition and just like where are we going next and stuff, they lock themselves in and he just goes, "Hey jerk, feel good seeing you, kid, thanks to me." And it pans over and he just goes, "Why is your ringtone so shit?" He's just like, "What's wrong with my
Yes,
ringtone?
gotta change it. Yeah.
How do I change it?"
How do
How do I change it? He's like, it's not bad. How do I change it though?
And the kid laughs and he's like, "You think that's funny, you little rat?" Like, how tall are you? And he fucking like puffs up his chest. It's just nice in terms of
yeah, just a little band.
nice chill human shit. Yeah, and so he's just figuring out where the tunnel is, and that's how they're gonna deal with the next section. And you know, I think it's enough evidence at this point that as much as he did lock the door on them in the beginning, he's absolutely a person who's willing to sacrifice to help people. I think Chad has noticed that pretty strongly at this point. And so he says, "I bet you never get to play with your daughter." Like, there's a thing about how committed he is with other things. And he's like, when she gets older, she'll understand why you work so hard. It's just like, oh shit, man.
Stop being such a good guy.
He says,
I'm
dads
scared for you.
get all the shit but no praise, but it's about the sacrifice, right? It's like, movie.
Yeah, you're doing a theme here. You're doing like
Yeah,
this
movie, what
theme.
you doing?
How dare you make me feel? I just want to see people get eaten by zombies.
Yeah.
I'm imagining an alternate universe where people only know like the shitty movies we get here in the West, and they just think, "Oh, this isn't how movies are supposed to be. This sucks."
Spent a
What
lot
are
of
they
time.
doing?
They spent a lot of time telling us who these people are. Like, what the fuck?
I do like how he ruins it after it though. Like they're looking at him as if like what a profound and amazing thing to say, and they're looking at him and he goes, "What? Did I say something cool?"
Yeah. And I can't help but feel like it's a little bit deliberate in that Chad's not got long left, unfortunately.
Yeah, you're like,
Yeah.
"Oh, you're making me really like him." Oh no.
And yeah, because we get the scene of basically he calls the girl for the high schoolers and tells her we're on the way, let us in. And then she's like, excellent, we'll do it. And then everyone in the cart starts getting way paranoid and they're like, what the fuck do you mean let the people in? You want us all to die? And it's like, but I mean, and they're all, there's like this shot where they're all just staring at her. Like, you must be insane to just let random people in. It's like, I mean, but they were us, you know, not long ago. It's like, yeah, I guess. And she like begs the host guy to do something about it, but even he's just like, I don't know, man. And he was the one that was saying we have to wait for other people. And I just think that the idea here is that the more catastrophic everything gets, the more paranoia is seeping in, and the more you just like you want to reduce any chances of dying.
Yeah.
It's spreading that fear. But yeah, they've got to get through, I think, like 2 carts, or even 1 actually. They're pretty close to where they got to go, but it's filled with zombies, and so the plan is to go up through where the luggage is kept. If they can just cycle through that while the tunnel's on, they won't be spotted, and if they make limited sound, should be okay. And they throw something behind them again, so it just drags all the zombies up, clears the way, and honestly, watching it happen, you're just like, oh my god.
You're just cleverly using your environment and everything that you have at your disposal to get past these zombies.
And everyone's... What's interesting about this to me is protagonist gets off, and then he lifts his daughter off, and then Chad helps his wife down. And so they're both very concerned about them. Nobody helps Hobo Man get down.
Oh, yeah.
He's nobody's, like, charge, you know? Like, it's just, you know, you'll be fine, you got this.
He's kind of on his own. No one's like, everyone's got their... Yeah.
And he slips on the little covers they have on the seats. Which, yeah, unfortunate, but it makes just enough noise that it's clear that we're in trouble now. And there's this cool moment where the little girl goes to help him, and protagonist holds it back and does it himself. It's like, oh shit. And
developing. Oh my god.
Yeah, the unfortunate thing is they're almost out of time. And there's this cool bit where the tunnel finishes. All the main characters, they move to the sides, and our guy pushes the hobo into the seats and pushes himself back into the seats, and so they all clear out before the zombies can see them. It's just a nice little bit.
Yeah.
And yeah, the idea is like the zombies are getting closer and closer and closer just naturally, and so protagonist just commits to we just gotta run. Like that's our only thing here. And not that it makes a huge difference, but he steps on a can, which would be enough noise to be like, yeah, now it's urgent. And so they start running, and because of the fact that they're urgent, they couldn't quite get the door closed, which means Chad's trying to hold it closed while all they need to do is just get into the safe cart, which theoretically is just opening a door and closing it, right? And then everyone's safe, and Chad can get in there too. Thing is, with the knowledge that the girl gave them, they have made it so that it is really hard to get through to that door now. They've like attached like strings to it, and they've I don't know if they have anyone holding it yet, but it's a relatively clever idea in terms of just giving it more strength. Unfortunately, you've now pitted humans against humans, and there's a glass door between them. Like, the zombies might not be smart enough to know exactly how and when to smash a thing, but they've got the baseball bat, and so it's just something I really enjoyed while watching it, because in an attempt to absolutely prevent any infection, they're going to just screw everything up now, because the only choice our characters have is to break that door down. And that's because of the paranoia that they can't let them in, sort of thing. And yeah, even Chad is just like, fucking smash it, like we gotta get through. While he's trying to hold, I think a zombie's head gets through the door, so he can't close it any further than that gap. And what's cool about that is while they're figuring out that door, protagonist goes back to help him with that door while they're figuring it out. And yeah, he hits that woman's head, and she goes down, and she looks like she's down for the count. Still wiggling though. So it's just like, there's something, and yeah, so they start smashing that door. And the thing is, you know that the second they smash through it, that's a liability, right? It's like, but the thing is, you got no choice. It's like, otherwise they'll just die anyway. And yeah, the door's, he's losing his grip on the door, so he puts his hand on it, and the woman who was knocked down isn't quite out, actually. And so she turns back up and bites him in the hand.
No.
Oh no.
And it's just, yeah, that's like the classic drama you get with zombie movies. The second someone's bit, everyone knows what it means. And it's just like, they're still there, they still talk to him, they still fight. It's like, yeah, but you're dead now. Like, you're on a timer. And yeah, so they managed to finally smash through it, but the second door from the other side of the cart, a businessman closes it on him, but he gets an arm through. So now it's just a matter of strength from either side, which you're dealing with a lot of people on one side and a lot of people on the other.
Yeah.
And yeah, so it's just, as people who have seen this movie, and I gave them all homework, so they should have watched this movie, okay? There's no, because I wouldn't say this is the best way to consume it. This is just us trying to find ways to sort of go through topics and stuff. But
Yeah.
it becomes clear that Chad's not going to be able to hold it for much longer, and it's cracking, which means you got to get through that next door right now, or we're fucked. And not to mention that the wife is like a couple seats behind, just watching them, and Chad realizes like, oh shit, she's probably not going to want to leave me. So you're going to have to take her.
Yeah.
That's what he says before she goes as well, because there was a bit earlier in the movie back when he did the whole "I made that" like scene where the wife mentions he hasn't chose a name yet, because apparently it's a Korean custom that the dad chooses the name.
Oh, okay.
Apparently it's something like that. So basically, as he's leading the wife away, when he turns around and shouts out the name of the baby, it's fucking I can't handle that scene.
Oh,
I can't.
Big feels, because
Oh yeah.
he's been nothing but a good man throughout.
Yeah.
And he even says, hey asshole, save her. Like,
Yeah.
and yeah, you think about how protagonist left him for dead in the opening, and at this point he's struggling to save his own life because he knows he's gonna have to leave him behind. And it's like, man, you call that an arc, I guess.
What? Yeah, it's good shit.
Well, I just quickly discover that the most meaningful parts of this film, they're not really to do with the zombies necessarily. That's just the hook. It's like, come watch it for the zombies, but then you're like, oh, these people though.
Yeah.
You come for the zombies, you stay for the character.
Yeah. And
Going into this, I didn't even know it was a zombie movie.
Oh, I prefer that people wouldn't know, just because it's a little bit fun to let the film introduce it its own way. But
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, it's got to be good for a hook, right? A lot of normal people would just be like, "Oh, I'll check out a zombie movie on a train. Let's do it." Yeah, she's dragged away, and door smashes, and he still isn't out of Chad moves yet. He's still got one left.
Yeah.
He picks up a zombie after fucking punching a few of them out. He picks up a zombie, turns them sideways, and just creates a barricade, basically.
Yeah. It's just like, man, you're epic.
He's a tank. Man's just a fucking. If it was Left 4 Dead, he would turn into a tank. Like.
And yeah, protagonist gets up to the door, is helping push it, and I think there's two people on the other side of the door that are trying to pull people off, and a couple of them realize how fucked up this is. And so the door finally opens, they get in, and they close it right as Chad's barricade falls apart. And you can call that a victory, I suppose. They get in. And we just get a really great moment of main character just going fucking nuts on the businessman, being like, what the fuck's wrong with you? We could have saved him. We could have saved them. Because, yeah, we also lose Grandma's sister as well.
Right, yeah.
It's a little, logistically speaking, it looks as if he grabs the wife and the daughter, but he's just too late to grab her. Or at least I think she's like, you're not gonna have enough time to grab me. And so she doesn't make any real effort, he just has to end up closing the door on her.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, none of that would have happened if they just let them in. But there is an argument to say, like, you know, like if we like had a survival sort of situation with a bunch of people, it would be like if a bunch of randoms wanted to come in, you do have to consider a lot of stuff.
Absolutely, yeah.
I
think this is why this is so effective, because you can relate to both sides in some way.
Yeah, it's just that we've been hanging out with these guys for so long that it's just an
Exactly.
absurdity to us that
But if you would be in there, you don't really know what's happening. Like, you don't know how the disease, I guess, is transmitted or everything. It's like, man,
Yeah.
can we really take the risk and let them all in, and then we're all infected ourselves? Like,
And yeah, it's there's reason to it, but there's also just crazy levels of paranoia. And when he
yeah.
like punches him and says, "You motherfucker," he immediately is like, "He's infected. Look at him. You can see it in his eyes." And he's just looking at him like, "Motherfucker."
Yeah.
You serious right now? But yeah, he does his little like speech, and then the crowd is relatively silent, and it pans, and then you just hear a voice go like, "Get the fuck out of here!" And the camera struggles in terms of like, "Wait, who said that?" And it's such a great sort of like moment of, this is the crowd, this is the mob. They just want you gone. We don't even know who's specifically saying it, but that's how they feel. They're all like,
Yeah.
tearing up. Some of them look like angry and very distrustful. And so I think our characters are just like, at this point, may as well just fucking not be with these people anyway.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
And yeah, you know, you got like a pregnant lady and a kid both crying their eyes out. And there's just this shot where she's not even looking at them as she's crying, the wife, because it's like, oh yeah, she's probably thinking about Chad right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
It's
so,
all so sad.
yeah, and I think Hobo Guy is like the first one
Point.
to be like, okay, fine, we'll go to the other cart, fine.
Yeah.
Like, just...
No.
He's probably he's probably the one who's most used to being told to go and leave.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah, did you think about that?
Exactly.
Even in the apocalypse, no one wants me.
No one likes the hobos.
Damn it. I save people and everything. Love me.
Yeah, so they all move to the other cart, they close the door, and what's interesting is the paranoia from this group of humans means that they decide to secure the door between them and the survivors before the door between them and the zombies. They all work on making sure that the other survivors can't get to them. Which to me is like, man, I feel like the film is saying like their attitude as being pieces of shit ends up being the reason that they die, because the other door isn't secure yet. And a character who nobody's really paid any attention to is quite upset that she just lost her sister because of that. And she's just having a little moment to herself about like, you fucking idiot, always helping people before yourself. Which is, I think, what their relationship was, from what we see. That girl just looked out for the other one all the time. He's like, what was the point of that? So stupid.
Yeah, even earlier when they were deciding who gets to sit down on the chair, one of them was like, "No, you sit down. You're older," you know, that sort of thing.
And yeah, and she just looks on at the selection of people, and they're all just fucking yelling at each other. So I think she gets a vibe of, you know what, feeling a little bit nihilistic right now. And yeah, businessman notices it just too late, and she opens up the door, and I think it just cuts to like our survivors just hearing screaming and blood like just getting splattered across the door, because the zombies are in. And something I just want to bring up now, because I think it's kind of interesting. We find out that the host and the businessman survive. And I think on first viewing, I was like, how did they do that? But what's interesting is soon after the zombies attack, they actually go through a tunnel.
Nope. Mahler's roboting for me.
Not for me.
He's not for me.
Yeah,
Not for me.
That's only you. Roogs.
I
guess
Well, yeah, I was
that's-
just saying they go through a tunnel soon after that happens, and so presumably businessman and
Yeah.
host would have used that opportunity to get to the restroom. Which I just think is neat to think about.
Super neat.
And so this was a part, I think, because at this point, I'd seen like the first third before I decided to rewind and just watch it with Fringy, and I think at this point, it's like, man, feels like we've had a whole movie now, but there's still a third of the film left.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I guess, yes, other stuff has got to happen. And so, of course, they are heading to Busan, but the tracks are fucked on, like, I think it's just like a train yard before getting to Busan. So they're going to have to trade trains.
Yeah.
And that seems like a relatively simple prospect, right?
In theory.
But nothing
Without
is
an
that
apocalypse.
simple,
Nothing
it?
is simple. And yeah, just pacing-wise, we just calm down for a bit and just accept the fact that things have gone to shit.
Mm.
And something interesting happens. We get a call from the guy who works underneath the main character, and he theorizes that there's a good chance that this infection originated with their company. And he like starts whimpering on the phone, saying like, "Is this us? Was this our fault?" And like, there's no way to be sure, but I felt like at this point in the story, I was like, oh man, all the bloodsucker comments, the leaving the weak behind, not helping them, the company itself, in aid of becoming hyper successful, has caused incredible damage to the world, and all of the things that have been happening in terms of like in a microcosm throughout this story. Getting some big themetisms right now in terms of sacrifice, and then this is right after Chad has died to save all of them, and our character starts washing the blood off his hands.
Yep.
Which I was like,
Theme.
and yeah, just trying to reconcile this is the situation he's in. And there's also a little conversation he has with his daughter where she said she couldn't sing because she couldn't see him in relation to the recital.
Mm-hmm.
And that she practiced the song just for him. Because she's, of course, going to be changing her mind a little bit about him after the recent events. All the things that he's done.
Yep. That's right.
Some things to keep in mind, because they'll be relevant soon enough. And then, the train has a sudden stop, which is because they've reached the train yard and there's a fuck-up on the track. So now they gotta switch trains. And our conductor is just looking for one that's viable, while our main characters just get out and start looking around.
I think the interesting thing with the conductor... Oh, go for it.
No, you go.
I was just going to say, something I like when the conductor is giving his speech is it's like, you get the impression that he doesn't even know who he's giving it to at this point.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
he's sort of saying it, and he's relaying the message, but like the look in his eyes is almost like, I don't actually know that there's anybody left, but I need to do this anyway, you know, just in case, to let them know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it gets revealed that the two of them are definitely hiding in the restroom. So that is our totality of our characters. It's just like, how will this play out?
That's just another neat thing to stay on the train theme. We're still in the train yard, have to change trains, but
There we go.
Get a little change of color, little new thing that's not inside of the train. We just go outside for a little bit, even though we're going back to another train.
They very much maintain the train. Just try to trade station, trade yard. It's like, we're still changing it up.
Yeah,
also, hi, Rex.
Nicely.
Hello.
Welcome back.
Are we off the train?
We're just getting into the train yard now. So
yeah,
obviously panicked, looking around. But the thing is, all the doors are closed. So you know what? Feeling pretty safe. Feeling pretty good. Conductor manages to find, while avoiding a couple of zombies, there is a train he can use, much smaller one, but hopefully this one can get them the rest of the way. Things are looking up. And, so we cut to Businessman, who looks out of the restroom and sees there's still plenty of zombies, and there's still some that are pretty close, too. And, closes the door again, and the host guy is like, "So how's it looking out there?" He's like, "Well, yeah, we can do it. Yeah." He doesn't have the most convincing face in the world.
Not really, no.
He's just like, "Yes, it is clear," and yeah, I think you can see this coming from quite a mile away. It's like he's gonna push you.
Yeah.
And he does. And it gives him the opportunity to get out, and like the asshole he is, he doesn't lock any doors behind him.
Of course not.
Which
It's
means
just like, I get out of here.
that wonderful selection of zombies is now going to be following him. Meanwhile, the runaway train enters the station and screws with, I guess you could say, like the... Because this is the thing, I think at this point there's not going to be coordination for, like, what trains should be coming in at what points. So there's going to be crashes, potentially. Even the conductor spots it. It's just like a train that's on fire. It crashes in and it separates high school people from the rest of our main characters. And we do the way they split this is we get their story first, which is they go to try to get through a train. They open one door and the other door is stuck, and so they have to just smash the glass with one of them handy little glass smashers. And unfortunately for them, businessman finds the same opportunity with them, and he grabs the girl and throws her into the zombies to try and save himself.
Immediately.
Yeah, not even hesitation. And high school kid doesn't see that that was the reality of the situation, just that she's being bitten. And so he gets the zombie off, tosses him out, closes the door, while businessman finishes breaking the window and gets out. And this is the last of the high school people. As in, from his POV, I mean. Like, and so he's absolutely losing his mind, because that's all of them dead. Poor guy can't handle it.
Yeah. He just sits there, waits for her to turn.
And then she bites him.
Yeah.
Good people, shitty ending, because businessman happened to bump into him. Like this.
Bastard!
Simple as that. And yeah, then he gets out and he spots the conductor with his train. And I mean, I'm curious about it. I guess we'll explain that part first, just find the visual for it. Yeah, he's a great dude, businessman. As we've been over. And,
yeah, I like the conductor guy as well. He always is kind of like, let's stay as long as we can. Let's, help some more people get on. Like, oh, the rail is blocked. I gotta go out. I gotta find another train and get us another one. So he goes out and does that. I like the conductor a lot.
I was being ironic when I said the businessman, but yes, the conductor's a great guy. He sees businessman, and businessman steps on either a rail or a stone wrong, and so he falls over. And conductor decides, I'm a go save him, because he's a nice dude. And the second he tries it, businessman tosses him into the zombies to try and give himself more time.
Yeah.
But the zombie jumps in a way that he's on top of the conductor, but bites businessman. It's not quite clear, but you definitely see a reaction from him, and I think you hear a sound cue as well. But then he immediately goes for the conductor. No help from businessman, he immediately just goes to the train. Another in his kill count. It's just like, fuck's sake.
He's a real piece of work.
Conductor down. And yeah, what's cool about main characters is that our guy was knocked out for a little bit, but when he wakes up, he's just got a pane of glass between him and just loads of zombies because of the way that the train has fallen. It's just an interesting visual for him to wake up to, I guess. And so he just sneaks out of the bottom. Like, yeah, this will be easy. But there's obviously with the train being damaged, parts of it fall and it blocks the entrance, and so he needs time to be able to move that before he can get anyone else out. And it's just watching at this point, having businessman storyline versus protagonist storyline, and the differences in terms of everyone's actions. We get obviously businessman's just killing everybody to get further and further, while the glass smashes on one of the sides. And because we're basically dealing with a child, a pregnant lady, and Hobo Man. So when you got that many zombies heading towards you, yes, because he's been pretty self-preservation-y, Mr. Hoboman, at this point in the story, up to this point even. But I think he realizes, as much as many people would, either all three of them die or he does.
Yeah.
And so he decides to put himself in the way.
Also kind of returning the
Mhm.
favor, I guess.
Yeah, he's been saved a couple of times in this storyline,
Yeah.
so he saves them this time. And it's
But some of the good people, except for the businessman.
Yeah. Asshole.
Yeah.
And yeah, there's just a great little moment where the kid goes through, and before the wife finishes going through, she just shares a look with Hoberman, because it's obviously he's the reason they're alive, and he's not going to make it. Like, damn,
Yeah.
dude.
Sad.
Yeah, which means we're really down to 4 characters now. Fucking everybody's getting slaughtered.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll all be fine, right? Right?
Like, there's been loads of Fs in the chat 'cause just so many people died so quickly. All in a row.
Yeah.
It's just Fs for everyone.
Paying all the respect.
And yeah, there's just this wonderful little shot that I think was going to be used for promotional stuff too, where they're trying to get to the train while an army of zombies is sprinting behind them.
Mm.
Yeah, it's neat.
And they do get on, but a couple of zombies grapple onto it, and then zombies grapple onto them, and then zombies grapple onto them. And we get something that I don't think I've ever seen before. It is like a blanket of zombies that is attached to the train. Oh, and they do the waterfall-y thing again. I think they did that to explain how our characters are managing to consistently outrun them.
Oh, yeah.
Because
Didn't
obviously
think about that.
they're both going to be slowed by pregnancy and holding someone else. But
Mhm.
yeah, they're just building this huge thing following them, and there's this cool moment, I assume you guys remember it, where like one of the zombies starts to like jump over the whole blanket like a fucking demon thing. It's just like coming toward him, and he just dodges it, and it flings into like one of their metal stoppers for like a
Yeah.
train, and just fucking slams into it, and it's just like, oh, there he goes. I think the
Look at
sound
him
effects
there,
again
look at
helping
him
out.
go, yeah.
But yeah, you know, we get the happy ending. He kicks off the zombies, and that's that. Credits.
All right.
Wait
Oh,
a
well.
minute. That's not what happened.
What?
What do you mean?
You're lying. You're lying right now.
No, you're lying. You're a liar.
Well, I thought that was actually potentially the ending. That he
Yeah,
was
me
going
too.
that it won't be hard to defeat Conductory Man in some way, shape, or form, but it wouldn't cost, because like these 3 together, I feel like there's a whole story you can tell with that as well. But that's
Yeah.
a different story to tell. This one ends with, and it's quite neat as well because he sees his skin, meaning like, oh shit, zombie, closed door on him. Done. But he's not turned yet, so he just awkwardly opens the door like, hey,
Yeah.
mister, I ain't feeling so good. It's like, oh fuck.
Yeah. It's like, God damn it. And you, because you're not going to jump off. You're not going to do that.
Well, no, this is, and this is the most human he gets as a character. He basically just says, like, I just want to get back to
I
my
want
mum.
to get to my mum, yeah. It's like, oh, he is a person. He's a real bad person, but
Yeah.
he is a human being. He was afraid. Yeah.
Because, yeah, presumably he was bitten quickly on some part of him, but,
Yeah.
they have a bit of a back and forth until I quite like it when he realizes that he's the zombie and he's like crying and he looks down and it's just long
And
enough to
then,
be
yeah.
like, wait, are you? And then he just goes, and he's like, oh fuck, he's a zombie
Yeah.
now. Here comes the inconsistent transformation times thing. Maybe with this one.
This
I
one
don't
seems
know-
a bit longer than the other ones for sure.
I don't know that it changes much of anything. He just gets to talk for a little bit where he wouldn't have before.
Yeah. We just don't know how long he's been sitting there turning,
That's right.
I guess.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to think of, if you remember, Chad actually he had like pale eyes before he became a zombie.
Mm.
He's there
Yeah,
for a
it seems
little
like
bit,
That's the part of it, yeah.
and that's the same for our main character and for businessman. So I think
Yeah, I think it's
relatively
fine.
consistent. I think it's fine. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd have to check.
I think it's fine. I think it's okay.
He's not there over multiple scenes and stories. Like in, I don't know, Resident Evil, for example. That's the first one that pops to mind. But
Fuck, there's
basically-
no way you can make a consistent ruling with the Resident Evil franchise.
Yeah, no,
Nope.
just when they get bitten in the middle and they just die at the end, or to get turned at the end.
But yeah, this fight scene, just a microcosm of the whole film's like philosophy, basically. He's attacked, and then I think his daughter screams, and that distracts the zombie, and he goes for the hit, and then he like tries to like go, whoa, no, 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 and gets him back, and he's close to being killed, and then the wife tries to help him, but then the zombie goes for her, and from what I could tell, it was on the second watch through that I think this is what's happening. I think protagonist decides to, if I get him to, like, because he puts his hand on his mouth, and I think he uses that as like a, yeah, just chew on that for a minute, and I can move you into position to get you away. And I assume it was a decision of like, I ain't risking those two.
I think so, maybe, yeah.
But yeah, this is, by the way, I thought that the girl was fine in the whole movie, but it's around about this point of the film where she becomes a better actress than most people who are working today. Yeah.
She's excellent, yeah.
Yeah, really.
Because the second she sees him bitten, she's already reacting as though he's dead, which is just like, obviously she understands how this works. But yeah, it flings businessman off, and it's just sad for us as an audience because you're like, oh man, like
Here we go.
I was
just,
like, when I watched this whole scene, I was on the edge. I was like, I don't want him to get bitten or die. I want him to live. I like this character.
he's come so far, you know?
Yeah, he became a better person and everything. And then he gets bitten, and you're like, no, you bastards made me care about the character in the movie, you fucks. I forgot how it felt like.
Yeah.
Also, James said, people bitten on the leg / hand do turn slower, only exception being the teen. The thing about the teen, if he's talking about the girl, she's bitten on the thigh, but she's bitten for a certain, like a decent amount of time. Like, I don't, you could be like, you could just argue that it chomped into that thigh, you know, she went, Mwah. So, you get a little bit of room with zombie stuff, I think. You just have to, however long it takes will be correlating with the significance of the bite, unless it's like a blatant contradiction. I'm mostly okay with it. If there's wiggle room and stuff. And
it's not overly inconsistent. Oh god, we're losing everyone.
Oh my god. Can me, Metal, and Dan, can we do this? Can we bring it home? Let's hope we can.
Yes,
right.
yes, I believe so. I believe so.
So,
and now I forgot what I was saying, so just go on ahead.
well, there's some things about as well, like, was that the best strategy? And it's like, I don't know, it's a stressful environment, and I think, like I said, my take is that he commits to sacrificing himself to make sure those two survive.
Yeah, it's also as well as like he's not a fighter. Remember, he's a fund manager. He's not a big buff guy, and he doesn't know how to fight. Like there was so many opportunities where all he had to do was sort of grab the guy by the scruff and throw him over the railing.
Yeah,
and he could have like easily done it, but again, he's not a fighter, so he probably just doesn't know that shit. But obviously, like him sacrificing himself is obviously like the smart thing to do.
Yeah,
like, I think if he stays on the train, then he'll just kill the women and child.
I think he's just a guarantee to him that they're safe, and that's his main goal. Especially with the pressure he's got from Chad having died for him to be in this position in the first place. Something I really love when he's gotten rid of him is he immediately starts trying to work with he needs to make it so that they can definitely keep going. And if you look, the daughter immediately wants to go to him. The wife is like already looking at him like he's a zombie, because of just the nature of this whole thing, and I just think it's just really good stuff in terms of she's already like petrified of him. But yeah, he just quickly figures out like you just need to hit the brake when you're in a position that you're gonna need it. And I think even like when he sits her down to look at it, she's just scared of him the whole time. It's just a great dynamic change because he was the one person protecting her the whole time, and now she's like terrified of him because he's a zombie at any moment now. And yeah, when he says goodbye to the daughter, holy shit.
Yeah, she's going for it. Like, I don't know where they found that child.
I don't know either.
This, but Jesus Christ, so good.
They straight up, it's like having an adult in a child to do the acting, because like it's just it's pretty heartbreaking watching it basically say goodbye to him. It's just like, damn, dude. And well, she doesn't even want to. She is gripping him, and he has to pull her hand off. Which, you know, just, we got that as like a reflection of the beginning of this, being that she was desperate to get to the mum, even if it means like just ditching him. And at this point, he has to ditch her for her own safety. Because of the little adventure they've been on. But yeah, I don't know, it's just he's running out of time, so closes the door on her, and the wife grabs her as well. And there's just this shot where she's just losing her shit while trying to make sure the child doesn't actually get to him before he changes. And it's just tragedy all around, you know?
Yeah, it's a big
Absolutely.
sad. I was saying this is before I cut out there, saying this is kind of like the opposite of a series like, I don't know, maybe Final Destination, where when it comes to the characters, you're just like, oh, shut up, and just fucking die.
Just die. Yeah.
Well, see, we've watched so many zombie movies where not only do we want some characters to die, but then you have like an Army of the Dead where it's like, will they make it? And I'm like, I don't care. Like, why would I care? They're just horrible. All of them are horrible people, and I barely know any of them. It's like, whatever. But man, these characters don't want any of them to die. And yeah, I mean, he goes to the edge of the train, and as he's turning, he's just thinking about the birth of his child.
Oh,
And
that's
just-
fucking heartbreaking, that bit.
Mhm.
That whole bit is fucking heartbreaking.
And yeah, he smiles right before dropping himself off the train. Because you know what? He's probably at peace with the fact that he did fucking great. And it's all about sacrifice. And the thing is, funnily enough, I don't know about you guys, but when I was watching the film, I thought it was going to end there. I was like, I don't know how you get a better ending than that. Because that just seems to complete the film.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I
um,
thought it would end too.
I think after everything that they'd all been through, like, oh, they're just sitting there on that fucking train. What the fuck happened to them and everything? Like, we just.
Well, so
I think after like all of the struggle, there would need to be like some kind of at least a hint towards a resolution.
Well, so this is the thing for me. I was like, I can assume that they made it or whatever, but and so I was curious what they were gonna do. I was very fucking happy with the ending. So they realized that the way is blocked in a tunnel. That's I'm pretty sure they're just basically at Busan at this point. And so they get out, and they're heading into like this horrifically dark tunnel with a bunch of corpses on the outside of it. With one of them like even jitters because they're zombies.
Yeah.
And so I think when I was first watching it, I was just like, God damn it, there's probably zombies in that tunnel. Please don't do this to me. You cannot end this film with those two getting killed. That would be fucked. Like, it's not fair. But the environment here that we realize is that these zombies are dead on the edge of the tunnel because any that approach get sniped by the military that are on the other side. And you're like, oh, okay. But there's this moment of you can't quite tell necessarily with silhouettes whether or not these people are zombies or not. And so they get the go-ahead to, you know, for safety, just execute them. Don't want to risk it. But what comes to save the day is the song that she couldn't sing. Because the idea here being that the dad may be dead, but he's always going to be with her.
Yep.
And yeah, they hear the song, and so they're like, nope, they're definitely not zombies. If you remember as well, the film closes out with her singing it, and again, it's just like, where did you find her? What the fuck? This child's
Makes you wonder, like, what do you
face.
tell kids, like, so that they're acting, but they don't think about the fact they're acting too much, and I don't know.
Natural.
Swear to God, she's
Maybe.
better.
I don't know. It is Korea. You've heard about what they do to K-pop stands. They probably like legitimately made the child cry.
They beat her. They like slapped her.
Oh no.
You will deliver an amazing performance, or the beatings will continue.
Well, you know what? We have to make some sacrifices for great art. That's the realization.
It's about sacrifice.
That's what's so powerful about it.